It was a packed underground arena, the kind where legends are made and where whispers of the impossible come alive in a flash of a fist. Under dim lights and the scent of sweat and adrenaline, two titans of martial arts faced off in a once-in-a-lifetime fantasy bout. Richard Norton, the seasoned Australian martial arts icon, and Iko Uwais, the Indonesian whirlwind who redefined cinematic hand-to-hand combat. The crowd held its breath. Richard Norton stood tall, his aura unmistakable. A veteran of over 5 decades in martial arts and cinema, he carried the kind of calm that only comes from having weathered every storm. A black belt in multiple disciplines, including Goju-Ryu Karate and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Norton was a technician of violence, precise, calculated, and relentless. His background as a real-life bodyguard for celebrities like the Rolling Stones and his extensive film career alongside Chuck Norris and Cynthia Rothrock only solidified his status. Opposite him, Iko Uwais bounced on his toes, eyes sharp. The younger fighter exuded energy and fire. Trained in Silat from an early age, Uwais had stormed into the international scene through films like The Raid, showcasing brutal, fluid, and highly adaptive combat skills. His movements were less about tradition and more about instinct. Unpredictable, raw, and deadly efficient. The bell rang. From the opening move, it was clear this wasn't a clash of fists alone. It was a collision of philosophies. Norton came forward with crisp counters and disciplined defense. His strikes were measured, each one aimed with the intent of ending the fight. He controlled the space well, using his size and traditional stances to dictate the tempo. But Uwais was water. He flowed. Ducking under a right cross, Iko spun with a sweeping elbow, forcing Norton to backpedal. It wasn't just speed, it was rhythm. Silat is known for its brutal efficiency and low stances, targeting weak points with surgical accuracy. Uwais darted in and out of range like a phantom, delivering liver shots and leg kicks that chipped away at Norton's base. Yet, the Aussie wasn't going down easy. Norton caught Iko with a perfectly timed hook midway through the second round, a hit that would have ended many other fights. But Uwais absorbed it, adjusted his angle, and unleashed a devastating spinning back kick that stunned Norton just long enough to press the advantage. This wasn't a mismatch. It was chess, violent, beautiful chess. Norton tried to slow the pace, grappling and clinching, but Uwais responded with knees and brutal short-range strikes, drawing from his Silat roots. His ability to transition between striking and grappling fluidly made it hard for Norton to adapt. The older fighter's traditional style, while technically brilliant, began to show its limitations against Uwais' unorthodox aggression and unpredictability. As the rounds wore on, the signs of fatigue began to show. Norton, ever the warrior, stood his ground, but Uwais was relentless, like a storm that wouldn't let up. In the final round, after a blistering exchange near the cage wall, Uwais feinted a high knee and instead shot low, sweeping Norton off balance and landing him hard on the mat. Without wasting a breath, Iko transitioned into a mount and, before the referee could blink, rained down a flurry that forced the fight to a close. The crowd erupted. Iko Uwais stood victorious, bruised, breathing heavily but triumphant. So, why did Uwais win? It came down to evolution. Richard Norton is a legend, no doubt, a master of structure, strength, and experience. But Uwais brought chaos. His Silat was a blend of tradition and innovation, honed on the unforgiving sets of Indonesian action films and in years of real-world training. He adapted faster, moved freer, and never allowed Norton to find comfort. In a fight where precision met unpredictability, it was adaptability that triumphed. And that's why, in this epic fantasy matchup, Iko Uwais walked out as the last man standing.